So this is our garden, and I think what I'm gonna have to do is put this on YouTube so I can get a full video. So it may be kind of long, but it definitely grew. It was only supposed to be a small portion of this, but it's gonna keep growing. But we have a lot of room. There's a lot of weeds in there too, by the way. We have a lot of room here. This our house down there. We're up on the hill. So I've got this whole hill that just gets full sun. So we try to do the deep bedding method, which hasn't really been working out for us just because of how much rain there's been. And so what we did was we put down cardboard. We put some manure and stuff on the ground, then we put cardboard down to try and get rid of some of these weeds. And then we just put dead leaves and straw. But really what we need to do is we need to get wood chips to do it correctly. So this fall I'm going to put down a layer of manure, and I'm going to put down about 6 inches of wood chips. And that's kind of the method we want to do. We want to do the back to Eden method. So what we got here, well, over here, let's start from the beginning. I have some blueberry bushes. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the reason our grass is all overgrown is we were having trouble growing grass too. So you can't really cut it right away. You got to let it just grow. So we're just letting it all grow. So it's not real manicured or anything. But I got some herbs here. Got some herbs in the pots. And we've got a blackberry bush here growing that we got this year. Over here I have grapes. We'll see how they do. And then over here I have a raspberry bush, which is doing really good. And they are supposed to be, well, that does have spikes on it, so I guess it does. This is not the, oh, but they're not that sharp. I don't know. Some of them have no spikes on them, but I'm not sure what kind that is. Justin actually picked those up for us. So in the first row, everything just got so stunted from all the water, but I've got corn. I've got green beans here, and we'll be planting those again for the fall crop. These just didn't do that great. I've been really having trouble with slugs. That's been my main issue here. So I've had to put down slug bait and stuff, which is hard because you don't want to put too much because it will kill some of the worms. And we have like a ton of worms in here, which is awesome. I have snap peas, which are just not doing that good. You really got to grow them when it's not as hot out. And more green beans. See, I put the eggs down. Supposedly the slugs don't like eggs. You know, it's sharp on their bodies or whatever. Got some zucchinis in this row. Zucchinis and squash are the one thing that's doing really good. I got broccoli growing down this row and that row. Broccoli's doing all right. I mean, it could be doing better, but we got some peppers in these plants. I started potting in these pots because of how wet the ground was. I was like, I need a couple of them to make it. So I got some peppers. Scooby, get out. And then my tomatoes didn't do so great. I mean, I've only got a couple left that just, some of them I did grow from seed. And some of them, Kubi, stop. Stop it. Some of them I got plants. I don't even remember. The tomatoes had the hardest time with how much water. Kubi, get out of the garden. Get. These I actually did grow from seed, and they look pretty good. And I have peppers, which I'm pretty excited about the peppers. They are like a really cool, like a purple pepper, some kind of purple blaze pepper or something. And then I just kept going down the hill. I planted like all of these from seed. We got zucchini are looking really good. I got corn growing on top because from the stuff I give the chickens, the cracked corn, and then I put the compost on top, and it's like literally just growing everywhere now. Whatever, just grow. I'll grow anything at this point. And then, see, I got weeds poking out. I just keep putting cardboard down, trying to choke out the weeds. Here we got, what is this? Butternut squash. We've got a row of those. And then I've got a row of spaghetti squash. Those look all right down here. See? Those will all be spaghetti squash. And then I threw a couple over here. But these are cucumber. These are actually cucumber. See, the garden just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So, it's definitely a work in progress. I definitely want it to look wild. And just do that back to Eden method where you're kind of creating like a natural habitat for the plants to grow in. I'm just really trying to focus on getting the soil nice, which one thing that I really want to use the most is that fish emulsion, but since it's been so wet, I like have to use dry fertilizer. So I got this dill plant that's like going wild. I gotta trim that back. So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna grow a lot more stuff here, plant it maybe in July or August. I found a place that I love their seeds so much. So they harvest the seeds there and package them there and everything. So they're really healthy seeds. Oh, here's those. That's the type of pepper I'm growing. Purple Beauty. Oh. I just got to get my soil to dry out, and it just won't stop raining here. And then down the hill here, I do it from some fruit trees. Some young fruit trees that I'm learning how to grow because apparently they're not as easy as you'd think. Peach trees. See, this is our hill. It's so overgrown you can't even really see it, but we kind of have a tier, and then it goes up to the higher hill and then goes down to the house. So I have 2 apple trees, which I got from Lowe's food place. We have a place called Lowe's, and they're like $5. It don't look so good right now. I'm trying to work with it and see what's going on. I just put some fungicide on there. It's just the leaves are curling, and trying to fix that. I was actually pretty surprised when these came back this year. I thought they were dead. So they're Honeycrisp apple trees. And then we did get some peach trees, but this one's not looking so great. We're having trouble with these too, which people said they're pretty hard to grow here. But we had to cut these drains in because it was just too wet. Everything was just too wet. So we cut drains in. This one's still kind of got a drain cut in. We just got to fill it in. But this peach tree is doing a lot better. You got some peaches on there. They just need a lot of fungicide and insecticide, which we just been using neem oil and like this copper fungicide. And then I got a little fig tree under here, which I also thought was dead and came back. All of my trees I thought were dead and they just came back to life. So alright, well that's our garden. I'll have to give you an update in a little bit here when it grows a little bigger. There's our puppies. Kubi! Kublai, come here. What you doing? What you doing, big boy? Zena, come! Come! Good girl. Hi, babies.